Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Today I have with me Sri TG Mohandas T and we are going to talk about the gold smuggling case that is slowly winding its way through various agencies in Kerala. I just want to tell our viewers that looks like the gold smuggling has picked up in the last few years, and I'd like to think that because maybe my book highlighted all the fake currency, maybe the Keralites and the smugglers have decided to start using gold. But the thing that is very interesting here is for the size of the state, Kerala, I think, has 4 international airports. And Mohandas, you can set me straight. My first question to you, sir, is why does a small state like Kerala have 4 international airports?
See, there is a popular misconception that Kerala is not a border state. In fact, Kerala is a border state. People are forgetting that. Only thing, you have a border as sea, and you don't feel it like a border at all, because no military positions are there. Indian Navy and Coast Guard is there, but it is distant in the sea. You don't see them physically. So you don't feel like Kerala as a border state. It is the same with Karnataka, Odisha, Tamil Nadu. All these states, including Maharashtra, every state is a border state. And we have somewhat porous borders as far as smuggling experts are concerned. Our airports and seaports also. You see, Kerala has several small and big seaports. Kochi is a seaport. Trivandrum, airport and seaport. Kochi, airport and seaport. Kannur, airport and seaport. Kozhikode, airport and seaport. Small and big. But you have 2 openings, either through sea or through air. Therefore, people are happy that they can use this ingress and digress to come to India and go away from India, fly away from India, or catch a ship and vanish into the vast seas. Once you cross the international border, then it is no man's land in the sea, and no one can arrest you, nothing can be done. You are once for all, you are escaped. You can go to some other country and live happily. All these advantages, coupled with the atmosphere in Kerala. Kerala was traditionally, gold smuggling was going on in Kerala. But during Narasimha Rao's period and Vajpayee's period, the margin which you get from gold smuggling was very little. So people never attempted to take the risk. Now it is not so. The margins are very high because the duty on import of gold has built up very high.
How much is it now, sir? What's the new number?
I think it is 19.5% plus some cess on that. Altogether, one small-time smuggler who told me that if you invest 5 crores in the morning, you get 5.1 crores in the evening.
I see.
No business on earth is giving such a return within few hours. See, there are private finances. They will give you loans without any collateral. It's on trust basis. They'll give you 5 crores. You can put it on liquor or ganja or MDMA or gold smuggling, whatever you want, you can use the money. Only thing, by evening you have to return 5.1. If you are faithfully returning it, they are safe. They are not part of the crime because they are only private finances. The only thing is they don't take any collateral because it is between faithful people. Oh, 1 or 2 people in this gold smuggling case also, they were caught by customs. They said, see, we are investing money. We don't know what the fellow is doing with the money. Only thing, we must get our interest and principal amount by evening or within 2 days. Generally, in gold smuggling, it is by evening you get the money. Because the moment you put the money, a call goes to UAE, mostly Dubai, and in the next flight, the gold is coming. Maybe within 4 hours, you get the gold, and the customs will clear it. It will come out, it will change hands, and by evening, your cash is ready to be paid back. This is the system. And the atmosphere in Kerala is most conducive. Therefore, historically, Kerala has a tradition of smuggling of not only gold, but silver, red sandalwood. All these things are smuggled from and smuggled in to Kerala traditionally. Now, this route became more strong because of the attractive profits which you are making in a very short period. And number two, when the demonetization took place, all your black money went waste. A part of that was recirculated through various dirty means. But still, the wastage was so huge that you were left nowhere. You cannot print new notes because it is only maximum is 500 denomination. So from bringing a big container of notes, like what they used to do in the earlier period, now they cannot bring the big container because they have to bring, instead of one, they have to bring at least 5 containers. It's very risky. So they shifted to gold business. So one thing was demonetization. Number two, the increasing duty of the gold, and therefore smuggling became very attractive. If people get this much of money, they take a risk on their life. They do the business come what may. So one way of stopping this would be to reduce the duties. I don't know whether our finance minister will do that or not, but it was cleverly done by Narasimha Rao and subsequently Vajpayee also. After that, slowly, Manmohan Singh also kept it low. But Vajpayee, Modi administration, for some reason, started increasing it. I think at least 3 times they increased in the budget. Because it was gold, nobody noticed the increase. Because if I say that increasing duty on gold is bad, then I will be accused of being rich and helping the rich. Because, oh, Mohandas is worried about the price of gold. What about the Garib? Garib ke baare mein baat karo. This is the common refrain, politically correct thing. So gold and liquor, you can tax like anything because nobody will dare to contest it even in the court. Liquor is being taxed 900% in Kerala, 900%, 600% to 900%. Nobody is questioning that. It's not that, see, it's a big crime on the taxpayer. You cannot kill somebody merely because he is involved in drinking. Drinking may be a bad habit, but you have a given license. You are allowing people to drink and then robbing them. That's not correct. So therefore, gold also, previously, what was the condition? The duty was around 1.5 to 2% on the gold. And Manmohan Singh allowed every individual to bring 5 kg of solid gold by paying the duty. Apart from that, you can have your ornaments, usual ladies who wear ornaments. Those ornaments were absolutely exempted from duty. This is how the smuggling became very, very little at that time. Now, since you increased the duty, so the margin you make through smuggling is much more unimaginable. Therefore, you have smuggling. And after smuggling, what happens? This smuggler is being smuggled by local goons. You take your gold through car, and your car will be intercepted by gundas, and they will take your gold. You are nowhere because you cannot make a complaint to the police even because the gold is smuggled. The gundas know that, so they intercept your car and they take it. This type of operations are happening. Recently, there was a race of cars between the smuggler and the interceptor. and the interceptor vehicle collided with a wall or somewhere, met an accident, and 5 people died. When an enquiry was made, this was the truth found, that they were chasing smuggled gold so that they can take it for their use. All these things are happening because of the heavy margins involved.
Mohandas ji, one thing that blows my mind, this taxation, the government, every government has its own quirks, and looks like the Modi government has its own. See, you have two odd things happening, Mohandas ji. On the one side, the duty is around 19% plus cess, but the GST on a gold product is only 3%. It's one of the lowest GST. When you take a finished product from a jewelry shop, you only pay 3% GST. 3%. So, if the government can keep the GST for gold jewelry so low, then why is it keeping the smuggled gold so high, unless it has the capacity to catch every person who's smuggling it in? How good is the implementation, the mousetrap? How good is the customs in intercepting gold smuggling?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. See, luring your citizens into smuggling and then catching them one by one is a funny thing to do. If people are, everybody needs money. Who doesn't want money in this world? So if you, Sri Ayerji, you are offering me 1 crore for doing some bad thing, I may not do it. But you offer me 100 crores, I may do it. There is a price for everybody. So what happens is, generally people who bring legitimate gold, suddenly they feel that, see, the duties are so high, sala kuch to karna padega. So they take the smuggling route. They convert gold into liquid, and then they inject it into their body, and then they are bringing it. People are bringing gold through their rectum, their, all sorts of private parts are full with gold. It is very difficult to catch people. You know, through the X-ray, you cannot identify gold. It's very difficult. Otherwise, you should be very clever. And you know, definitely all these smugglers will bribe the customs officials also. वो तो कोई राजा हरिश्चंद्र नहीं है. So naturally, customs officers are also obliging, especially when the gold is coming through diplomatic route. When I first made this allegation in a TV channel, I said it is patently wrong and foolish to employ the same officers to investigate one crime in which honest citizens like me, we suspect their role also. Because without their connivance, this 20 times, 24 times smuggling cannot take place. Once in a while, you take 100 grams or 200 grams, it is possible. But not 30 kg, 40 kg, 25 kg of gold through diplomatic baggage. And now this lady has revealed that total 24 times it has taken place through diplomatic baggage. Do you think it is done without the connivance of these customs officers? And after the TV debate, I got 6 calls from retired customs officials, customs commissioners, assistant commissioners, all put together 6 people. Even one man told me, Mohandas, my life is about to finish. I may live only for 6 months now. I am 74 years old. I am affected by cancer. It is at the 3rd stage. But I want to tell you the truth, that what you told today is a truth. That unless someone connives, you cannot do smuggling. Maybe isolated incidents could be there. But this type of major smuggling takes place because customs officials are in connivance with smugglers. That too, through diplomatic baggage. There was one assistant commissioner, Ramurthy. He was generally called in customs circle as Mad Murthy because he was uncompromised. And you know, this particular baggage was inspected by Ramurthy And Ramamurthy stopped this practice. He raised an alarm. Without consulting anybody, he sent an email to the foreign ministry saying that there is gold in the baggage which has come from UAE. What to speak about UAE? I don't want to create a false impression. It is from Dubai. UAE includes various other kingdoms also. We must not blame them, saying every time saying UAE, UAE. Aisa nahi hai, it is from Dubai. Okay. So he sent an email to foreign ministry that I need your permission to open this baggage because it is a diplomatic baggage. Tomorrow there should not be any problem. And there is a procedure. If you doubt a diplomatic baggage, there is a procedure how to get it open. You have to inform foreign ministry. They will inform the concerned country. All this will be done within seconds through email and the permission will be given. And Ramamurthy opened it. And it was all, door closer or mixie or something, all kitchen items. But everything was made in gold and painted outside. And Ramamurthy said, I cannot clear this baggage. This is under customs confiscation, etc., etc. This news was not broken by any channel. For 5 days, it was kept a secret. On the 5th day, a Congress-sponsored channel, 𝙤𝙧𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙤, with very poor viewership, they released this news first. Still, other channels and newspapers kept quiet for 2 more days. And then I think the pressure built up, and then everybody was in the business. Then it started as if heavens have fallen. Then all the agencies jumped into the arena. Pinarayi sent a letter to Narendra Modi saying that topmost investigators must come here, and every investigation agency must go into the deep conspiracy, etc., etc. He wrote a beautiful letter inviting the agencies. And once the agencies started functioning, Pinarayi started filing cases against agency officers. He filed an FIR against the Enforcement Directorate officer who was investigating it, saying that this fellow is doing some mischief. He put a judicial enquiry on the activities of Enforcement Directorate, which Enforcement Directorate fought in the Kerala High Court, and Kerala High Court has given a stay order against the Judicial Commission, and it is in limbo now. These are the things happening. Now, in between, some 4 months back, what happened was, one of the accused, 𝙤𝙀𝙀𝘀𝙀 IAS, he was suspended
Was
from
he an
government.
IAS or a nominated IAS, sir?
He was nominated IAS.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter, but we're just trying to put the correctual situation. Please go ahead, sir. 𝙤𝙀𝙀𝙀𝘀.
I'm telling you because there was a controversy around conferring IAS to 𝙤𝙀𝙀𝘀𝙀 at that time. Someone said that his name bypassed so many other names and he was awarded, etc. Then I checked with the serving IAS officers who are very senior now in Pinarayi administration. They told me, no, there is nothing wrong in conferring an IAS to 𝙤𝙀𝙀𝙀𝘀. 𝙤𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 is a smart man, intelligent man, which obviously he is. You know, what he did not do for this chief minister. He did everything very cleverly. Now, one Ramamurthy could spoil everything. If Ramamurthy was not there, then this would not have happened at all. So we must be thankful to Ramamurthy, the Assistant Commissioner of Customs. I don't know whether he is still in Trivandrum or he is transferred to some Timbuktu. Anyway, that is the fact. And 4 months back, what happened? This 𝙤𝙀𝙀𝙀𝘀 wrote a book on this gold smuggling, in which he clearly wrote that this lady Swapna, she cheated me. I never knew that she was doing all this business. She used me cleverly and she cheated me. Now Swapna was furious. Till that time, she was keeping quiet. Both were out of jail. Swapna suffered some 16 months in jail, 12 months in Kochi detention. That is a mandatory detention for 1 year. and 4 months in other cases, which was filed by enforcement as well as customs and NIA. So she was furious. She started opening slowly to every channel that what has happened. Why I was kept in dark. I was only an employee. I was used by everybody. Now everybody has abandoned me. I am alone. I had trust in this gentleman, Shivashankar. We had a very intimate relationship. Then media asked also what was the nature of the relationship. Then she said, when I say intimate relation, rest of the things you can imagine. So I was under the control of him. He was a good advisor, very smart. He told me something wrong will happen in the consulate of Dubai. So better you resign the job, I will place you somewhere else. And the word which he kept, he placed her through government of Kerala, some other subcontractor, some space park. That was clever operation by Shivashankar. That is what we could understand from all these things which have come in the public domain. So no doubt Shivashankar was very smart, and at that time it was nothing wrong in our conferring an IAS. He had the seniority, everything, etc. That is what the serving IAS officers confirmed to me. So Shivashankar did this, and Swapna was furious that he wrote a book saying that Swapna cheated him. Then Swapna said it was Shivashankar who cheated me. He ditched me like this. I never expected that this man is of this nature. He used everything in me, my talent, my life, my family, everything I spoiled for this man. And now he says that I cheated him. No, it was in fact he cheated me. And she started opening up slowly 4 months back. Nothing happened. People enjoyed the story. All the interviews are still in YouTube. The issue started dying down. You know, NIA had a very tough time in the court because NIA could not produce a single evidence, which is an offense under NIA Act. You know, NIA Act is specifying certain scheduled offenses. That offense of bomb explosion or using unauthorized arms, conspiring against the state, certain things are there. None of the offense could be proved. Now, NIA told the court that because of some amendments which was brought cleverly by Modi government, what they did was, they said the very act of smuggling itself is an anti-national activity. The very act of smuggling. It is not that you smuggle gold, you sell it, and then you buy explosive and then create problem. You need not do all these things. Only smuggling becomes an act of sabotage. Therefore, it is falling under NIA. This was their argument. But then court said, no, you cannot stretch this clause too much. If somebody, some foreign hand, along with some malls in India, they have a regular channel and they are bringing gold so that it directly hits our economy, then only it becomes a terrorist act. Otherwise, no. So with that, the court dismissed the arguments of NIA, and NIA was thrown helpless. They closed the case. I don't think they didn't went even to High Court for an appeal. It is closed. Now come to customs. Customs had two cases with them. One was gold smuggling, and one was this dollar export, reverse smuggling of dollar. So gold smuggling case is almost near closure now. What they call is shock cause notice. That is the final notice issued to the accused, and whatever be the reply of the accused, they will go for a trial. So gold smuggling case is closed as far as customs is concerned, but their dollar smuggling case is still alive, but they don't know what to do because Swapna says that the dollar was taken to UAE. it was practically taken by the chief minister, because chief minister went to UAE, and from UAE there is a frantic call saying that chief minister forgot a baggage in Trivandrum. It must be urgently sent to Dubai in the next flight. And when that bag was x-rayed, it looked like there is currency inside. But since it belonged to the chief minister, it was cleared, and the bag flew to Dubai. This is what Swapna says. Now, with this, the agencies are in trouble because Dubai is silent on this. Dubai consulate official, the consulate general who was posted here, he left within 3-4 days of breaking out of this gold smuggling news. He left for Dubai, and he could not be detained because he is a diplomat. And his attaché also left within 7 days. He could not be detained because he is a diplomat. Otherwise, the center should have taken very fast action, informing Dubai that your people are doing nonsense here. We cannot give them ambassadorial or this immunity to the embassy. That cannot be given. We are withdrawing the immunity. He is a criminal. We will question him. And if we found something incriminating, he will be in Indian jail. This could have been done, for which you have to move in a lightning speed. But for the central government, you see, for the central government establishment, what is the amount involved in the smuggling? 30 crores. अरे 30 करोड़ तो दिल्ली में ब्रेकफास्ट का काम है. ब्रेकफास्ट में पुराता नहीं 30 करोड़. It is a very small amount. The amount which will be refused by even an MLA or MP in Delhi or northern states, what is happening there? The cost of an MLA is at least 5-6 times of this 30 crores. So 30 crores is a small amount for the Indian establishment. Arey bhai, chhod do uske piche. Whatever is the agencies are doing, let them do. Let us concentrate on other things. This is what might have happened in Delhi. And the diplomats vanished. Not only now, in 2015, you can just Google and find out this information. A UAE diplomat, along with his Indian friend, landed up in Delhi with 37 kg of gold ornaments. 37 kg of gold ornaments. This man flew to Abu Dhabi or somewhere. This UAE man flew to Abu Dhabi or somewhere, I don't remember. Indian man was arrested by customs. And the other man, the foreign citizen, he flew back with 37 kg of ornaments. They were coming from Singapore. Briefly, they were in Delhi. And from Delhi, they wanted to vanish somewhere. But that was caught. This is the way customs is acting. It is very slow. Their equipments are inadequate. Now, you want to influx more younger people to customs, you will face situation like Agnipath. You know what happens when customs officers become old? They don't know what to do with their mobile phone, like what is happening with me. I don't know how to extract data from my own phone. I have to take help from my daughter. Because young people, they catch it very fast. And old people have a status quo mind, etc. This is happening in Enforcement Directorate, in Customs, in NIA also. More so, the system is taking care, and more urban Naxals are posted in Kerala. It is my information. Let somebody dispute me. It is my information that maximum urban Naxal-minded people are in Enforcement Directorate in Kerala. Number 2 is Customs. Number 3 is NIA. That is why you see, tell me which is the case which was proved by NIA in Kerala, except that hand chopping of that professor. Nobody could be prosecuted, not even Maoists. Maoists got out of their UAPA case recently, and they got bail and roaming around freely. What is that NIA is doing? I don't know. You know, NIA caught hold of some IS informatives from northern part of Kerala without informing Kerala police. They gave information to Kerala police only 1 hour ahead, because they themselves had a doubt about the loyalty of Kerala police. Therefore, officers from Delhi, along with Delhi police, came to Kerala, joined by Tamil Nadu Q branch, officers from Tamil Nadu Q branch, and they caught hold of, they rounded off 6 people at the top of a hill, and they were lifted. But in that process, they have to inform local police. They informed local police 1 hour ahead. And within that 1 hour, 150 people assembled on the top of the hill to prevent the arrest. There was slogan shouting. There was, the police had a tough time taking these criminals to their van. This is the situation in Kerala. Therefore, I am not surprised that this gold smuggling case or dollar smuggling case, everything is in a limbo, because the system and the agencies are not at all interested. I would even say that the people who are supervising, probably not supervising in a befitting manner. And that is why all these things are happening. There was one Sumit Kumar. He was enforcement director in Kerala. He used to release press release every week about the progress of this case. Whenever some controversy erupts in the media, he used to give an explanation from ED's side, so that people are well informed. That was a good system. Sumit Kumar, I think he completed his term because they have a specific term in every state. I think because of that, he was transferred. And after that, ED is quiet, no press release. Customs will not release any, give any press release. NIA, they will not open their mouth. And you know, see, even CBI, they don't have a standing counsel in Kerala High Court today. You know that? CBI does not have a standing counsel. They are appointing people on case-to-case basis. Now today, Kerala High Court granted bail to the 2 accused in the Abhaya murder case. You remember, a sister was killed or committed suicide in a
Yes.
convent some 14 years back. The case is still going on. One father who was accused got double life sentence, and the sister who was accused got a single life sentence. Both got bail today. And now people say that the case was argued by an additional Solicitor General, Karan Reddy or so, who came from Telangana, who doesn't even understand Malayalam, because for fighting a criminal case, you have to go through a lot of documents. You know. Most of the documents, most of the statements given by accused are in Malayalam. And the translation may or may not be good. If you read the Malayalam, then only you will get the whole purport of the statement. This is what the allegation is going on in the common public, that why CBI doesn't have a standing counsel who is a Malayali, a good criminal lawyer. They can find somebody. Sometimes they leave it to the Assistant Solicitor General, who is the standing counsel for Government of India in almost every case, a generalist, just like a general physician. But when you have a specific problem, you have to go to a specialist like ophthalmologist or gynecologist or orthodontist, things like that. So CBI is picking and choosing an advocate as and when it is required. There is no continuity. And NIA, you know, NIA's advocate was appointed during Manmohan Singh period, and even today he is continuing in Kerala High Court. When I raise this point publicly, I will not claim that because I raised this point, something happened, but something happened. This advocate requested NIA to recuse him from this gold smuggling and associated cases. He don't want to fight it.
Why?
Then for no reason. You can recuse, just like a judge recusing from a case. An advocate also can say that I cannot be your advocate in Falana case. So he pointed out 5 cases and said, I will not appear in this case. And all 5 were gold-related cases of this recent gold smuggling. In all other cases, he is the advocate of NIA. And for these 5 cases, NIA is depending on Assistant Solicitor General. Now, is there no advocate for NIA for the past 8 years of Modi's administration? CBI is left in the lurch, and it's not that they are enjoying the situation because they have a freedom to choose their advocate. They can go to anybody, call him an advocate, and then he will appear for them. Yes, tell me, sir.
One quick request to all our viewers: please like this video. We are about to release some more interesting information, and I'd like everybody to listen and watch. And we know that Kerala's media is not going to cover a lot of the details that Sri Mohandas Ji is going to reveal. And you will be doing us a big favor by liking this program as soon as possible, so that the rest of the program, many people can join, and people can start from the beginning also to watch it. I just want everybody to try and like this video. Thank you very much. Question for you, sir. You said that there is a predominant set of urban naxals in the ranks itself. So you're having a problem within the government's investigating agencies. And you said that NIA didn't have, CBI doesn't have a proper standing counsel. Now, all these things, unless the CBI or the NIA brings it to the attention of the center, they will not be able to act on it, isn't it? Do you think that might have also happened?
Why would they bring it to the attention of the center? See, I am enjoying a freedom IRG. Why should I come and tell you, IRG, I am free, don't let me free, please bind me? I will not ask that. No agency will ask the central government that we must be given a good advocate who will be our standing counsel permanently. See, I am not casting aspersions on the capability of these advocates. I am only saying that why do you change your advocate when the administration changes? You change your government if India changes their attorney general. The moment they come to power, the first change will be attorney general, then solicitor general. Now, previously, I think Mukul Rohtgi was attorney general. Then now it is K.K. Venugopal. Why all these changes are made? Because every case has got a political element in that. If I am a friend of Sri Iyer, and if Sri Iyer is in trouble, at least I will tell my wife that, oh, Sri Iyer is a good man. Somebody might have trapped him. This will be my mindset. So because of the mind, it is not because I am a bad man or I am also involved in your crime. Out of my love and concern for the friendship, which I value very much, I will take a lenient view on whatever crimes you do. This will happen in the minds of advocates also. Invariably, it happens in the minds of judges also. Therefore, judges will recuse. Whenever some cases relating their relatives are coming in their bench, they will recuse from the case. They will say that I will not hear the case because so and so is my relative. I should not hear this case. He is the petitioner. Even, Kerala High Court, a judge recused a case filed by me, saying that I know Mohandas personally, therefore I am accusing. He recused. What can I do? It went to some other bench. Judges are doing because it should be seen that the judgment is impartial. Famous Mahatma Gandhi quote that law should be not only done, it should be seen to be done. For the common man, he must feel that yes, there is law enforcement agency and it is working. Those who are guilty will be punished. Maybe a bit later, I am ready to wait. This trust has to be there in the administration for common people. That is what is slowly losing. That is why I am telling you, I will not make any adverse comment on the capability of all these advocates, which were appointed by Manmohan Singh, or the advocate who came all the way from Telangana for arguing a criminal case today. They are all good people, but the mindset, that is also a concern. I wonder what is the mindset of the center. Why are they keeping so many loose ends in Kerala? There is no explanation for that. Now I'll come to, let us examine openly. Is there a quid pro quo? Generally, Congress is accusing BJP of making a deal with CPM. And then the cases are going very slow, or they are short closing. They will only catch some small people, all big fishes will escape. This is a usual refrain in politics. Let us examine if there is something. So, okay, I agreed that Narendra Modi establishment is compromising with Pinarayi Vijayan. There is a quid pro quo. Therefore, the cases are going slow. But what is that Pinarayi Vijayan is giving in return? Whether BJP has got 2 or 3 seats in Kerala? No. They had one, they lost that also. That is the result. And if somebody is doing, there has to be a quid and there has to be a quo. Here you can accuse a quid, but there is no quo seen. The counterpart is not there. So it is not a political adjustment at all. It is the inbuilt inefficiency, incompetency of the system, which I would request the concerned ministers to have an urgent look and take remedial action.
Sir, let's get back to the original case, which is Swapna Suresh. And looks like she also named 2 other CPIM leaders now, in addition to Pinarayi Vijayan. Is that true?
It is true that she wrote a letter to Prime Minister demanding a CBI inquiry in this. But that letter is worthless. It has got only a media value, nothing else. Prime Minister suo motu cannot order CBI inquiry on any matter whatsoever, because you need a consent from the state government. Now, what did Pinarayi do was, 1 year back, he withdrew the automatic consent given to CBI. This was done by Mamata Banerjee. She showed the example that you can withdraw the automatic consent given to the CBI to inquire or poke their nose into every case. So now for gold smuggling or any other case, if CBI want to come in, either Pinarayi Vijayan has to allow or the High Court has to order, because High Court still has a power to order for CBI inquiry, whether government of Kerala agrees with it or not. Now, if Swapna went to High Court, I will say that there is substance in her move. Otherwise, it is a publicity stunt, nothing more than that. Because Prime Minister cannot enter into this issue and order for a CBI inquiry.
Now, this state-wise acceptance or not acceptance of CBI in the inquiries, this seems odd, because now CBI is also investigating a lot of cases in West Bengal, especially in the post-poll violence cases. CBI is investigating now. How did Modi then twist the arms of Mamata to allow that to happen, sir?
No. All these cases which were started by CBI will continue. State government cannot ask you to stop an inquiry which you have already started. State government can only refuse to give you permission to inquire into future cases. Now, certain cases they give permission also to show that they are very prudent in acting in the law and order area. For example, Pinarayi Vijayan gave consent to the CBI. In fact, he requested CBI to take a, economic fraud case of a chitty company, that is Popular Finance. That case is being investigated by CBI. So Pinarayi Vijayan knows that, for argument's sake, you have to give 1 or 2 cases to the CBI. Otherwise, people will accuse you of protecting yourself. Pinarayi is a clever politician. Mamata is a cleverer politician.
Well, see, all these things can only be taken for so long. the question now that is before us, in my opinion, Mohandas ji, is did Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan actually transfer dollars out of India to UAE without the permission of RBI? And looks like that's what happened. So this is a punishable offense, isn't it?
It is a punishable offense. But look at the plight of this enforcement agencies like customs or ED. Swapna is making a sworn statement that dollars were taken in a bag. Whether somebody is there to corroborate it? No. No one is there. Dubai people will not open their mouths. Why should they? And through diplomatic channel, forcing Dubai to interrogate their own officials, the previous consulate general or the previous attaché, it is hell of a task. You cannot risk the relation between India and Dubai on this 30 crores smuggling case. For the agencies, they don't have any corroboration evidence, not even CCTV footage of taking a baggage. Or if you have scanned it, X-ray, is there a record? No. So there is a blind alley in which agencies are standing. But there is one more allegation which Swapna told was that there was gold taken along with biryani from the consulate general's house to chief minister's house. I don't know what on earth prompted them to bring gold in a biryani utensil. There are better means to bring it. Anyway, this is what she says. It is a bit unbelievable. In fact, I would like to take every statement of Swapna with a pinch of salt. Because first she said through a voice clip 2 years back, she said, I'm innocent. This is all politics. Nobody can touch a relief government. When she was in custody, another voice clip claim came out in which she says that ED is forcing me to blurt out the name of top politicians in Kerala. And now she says that both these statements where voice clips were made under the influence of other people, under the situation I didn't know what to do, so somebody told me I did that, etc., etc. Now what I am telling is true. And I have deposed before the magistrate all these things, and that is what people call 164 statement. There is a provision in Criminal Procedure Code, section number 164, under which you can go and make a statement. Anybody who has some knowledge about any case can just walk into any magistrate and make a statement saying that this is truth according to me. And only through 164 route, people make confession also that I did this, did that, etc. That is also called 164 statement. Swapna has given that. But that doesn't mean that it is true. Anybody can give a statement protecting himself or herself. So when it comes to court will see that you started saying one thing 2 years before, you told some other thing in between, and you are telling third thing now. And there is no corroborating evidence also. The case cannot be prosecuted. This is the problem. Now, why I am still blaming agencies are, in these two transactions, one is dollar going to Dubai under the instructions of Chief Minister. Number two is taking gold to Chief Minister's house through some biryani arrangement, something. Anyway, you cannot question the people in Dubai, but you can question the people available here. That is Chief Minister, Chief Minister's wife Kamala Vijayan, Chief Minister's daughter Veena Vijayan. Swapna says that we have several meetings in Chief Minister's house and we have discussed several issues. So many things. Now she says that the sprinkler issue was a corruption. K phone is crores worth corruption. Everything is corruption under Pinarayi Vijayan. That is what she says. And she says, I was sitting with their family for so many days, so many hours, and we planned and we executed so many things, which I have told in the court. I cannot say what is the matter, I cannot open, but I did that. That I am sure. So what is that agencies can do? Since you cannot inquire in Dubai, I understand. Even it is difficult to understand that, but then, okay, let us give a benefit of doubt to the agencies. Now, you can question Chief Minister, ask him, sir, did a bag come to you when you were in Dubai on such and such day? You must ask him. You must ask Mrs. Vijayan, saying that, do you know this Swapna Suresh? Whether this lady has come to your residence? Have you discussed with her? These questions can be raised. You asked Pinarayi Vijayan's daughter Veena, did your father help you through the kingdom of Sharjah? That gentleman was here for a visit, and Swapna says that the Sheikh of Sharjah was requested some favor by Pinarayi Vijayan for his daughter's business. Now, this squarely fall under Prevention of Corruption Act, because it's a misuse of your power to get some benefit to somebody, whether it is your daughter or somebody's daughter. You are misusing your power. But you cannot question the Sheikh of Sharjah. Agreed, he is the head of a kingdom, topmost man there. You cannot touch him, you cannot ask him questions. But you can ask Pinarayi Vijayan. He is an Indian citizen, though Chief Minister. You can ask him. See, previously, you remember, Narendra Modi appeared before CBI for questioning for 6 hours when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. He was questioned by CBI for that, what is that false...
Godhra. Or Ishwar Jahan.
Not on Godhra, somebody was killed in fake encounter.
Yes, Ishwar Jahan. Yeah.
It could be 𝙒𝙗𝙗 Jahan. There were 3 or 4 cases of fake encounter.
Right.
So he was questioned. He went and sat in front of CBI for 6 hours continuously. And then came, after that, Supreme Court instituted a special investigation team headed by Raghavan IPS. He still is a very famous IPS officer. SIT went to Ahmedabad and SIT summoned the Chief Minister. Modi again deposed before this special investigation team. Still, he was Chief Minister at that time. Now, Jaylalitha, when caught in this disproportionate asset case, Jaylalitha only said that I cannot appear before you because there is problem in my movement. I am sick. You can ask me written questions. I will answer. And 550 questions were typed and given to Jaylalitha, and she faithfully replied it. Still, she was found accused. That is another thing. But she was Chief Minister then. Originally, all these things started when Nandini Satpathy was Chief Minister of Orissa way back in the 70s. She was summoned by some agency. She refused. She fought up to Supreme Court. And you can just Google Nandini Satpathy case. You will get the details. Finally, Supreme Court said, you can give, she is a Chief Minister, you give your questions in writing. Let her answer it. And if you want still more, you can give some more questions, supplementary questions, and then take the answers. This is the allowance given by Supreme Court. That was used by Jaylalitha. Modi did not do that. Even 𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤 did not do that. When the solar case came, 𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤 had to institute a judicial commission, which sent a summons to 𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤 himself. Just like your son is summoning you. You are the creator of your son. 𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤 created the judicial commission. That is was former Judge 𝙬𝙬𝙤. And 𝙬𝙬𝙤 issued summon to 𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤, and 𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤 went and sat in front of 𝙬𝙬𝙤 for 14 hours or 16 hours. His record was. He was also Chief Minister. So nothing wrong in summoning Chief Minister. Why Chief Minister is not being summoned by these agencies? Why his wife, she is an ordinary citizen. She should have been summoned by the agencies. Ask questions, incriminating questions. why his daughter is not being questioned? If I was there, an ordinary person like, I would have been arrested on Swapna's statement. I would have been arrested instantaneously. I will be lifted and put behind, but at least 15 days remand will be there. That she helped, Mohandas helped taking away dollars, or I was the carrier, or I was the driver of the taxi which was carrying the bag, etc. If something comes out, an ordinary man, you take it from me, immediately either customs or enforcement will arrest him and produce him before a magistrate and try to implicate him under Kofe Posa. But all these agencies, they are not even able to ask a simple question to Chief Minister. Sir, this lady is telling all these things. Have you any knowledge of anything about gold smuggling or dollar smuggling? Ask a simple question. Do you know her? It's a simple question, no? Do you know Swapna Suresh? Then Chief Minister will say, yes. How do you know her? When did you see her? This is the way people collect information. You asked the wife of Chief Minister, you ask the daughter of the Chief Minister. This is not being done by the agent. This basic thing is, I'm not asking heavens to bring down by the agencies. I'm not asking that you go and arrest Pinarayi Vijayan and put him behind bars. Nothing like that. But you question him. It is your duty to question. You have an opponent at the other side, but you have a close Indian citizen at this side. Please question him. He may blurt out the truth. How do you know? While scientifically questioned, people blurt out truth. In fact, I was once questioned by some 20 years back. I was questioned by CBI in a case. I know how they question without touching you. They will not touch your hair even. But you will open up everything in your mind. I was lucky because I didn't do anything wrong. So I could easily open up, and within 1.5 hours, my questioning was over. But I know their method of questioning. There are methods of scientifically trapping people by asking clever questions. The days of third degree is over. It's not that you bring somebody, put ice water on him, torture him, and then he will. This type of operations will not stand in the court also, because these statements are made under duress, under force. Now agencies are they are still intelligent, but I find they are afraid of touching Pinarayi Vijayan, even summoning him for questioning. They touched one minister, that is Jalil. They touched the former speaker, Sri Ramakrishnan, and they stopped there. Beyond that, what is the Lakshman Rekha which is holding them back? That is the mystery in this case.
You know, Mohandas ji, I'm reminded of that one line from Kashmir Files, and maybe you can say the line and then explain how that fits in this case. You go ahead, sir. वो तो सत्य में हैं.
ऐसा नहीं है. It is government उनकी होगी, लेकिन system हमारा है ना. This is the question.
You know, it's great for optics for Mr. Narendra Modi to watch the movie with Ghulam Nabi Azad and the ex-Vice President, Mr. Hamid Ansari. Personally, I think he is. Anyway, it's okay. So, great optics, but at least take away that one line and act in Kerala, sir. That's all I would like to say. Please continue, sir.
Yes, but nevertheless, I'm not a habitual Modi basher. I'm a supporter of Modi. I will not blame Modi because of the precise reasons that he has bigger headaches. The workload of a prime minister. He cannot be going after every smuggling or some explosion took place somewhere. Some chief minister did some mischief. All these things, prime minister may not even come to know. We are free and we are watching media. Therefore, we know all these things, and we become very frustrated. For the prime minister, only filtered information is going to him. And it must be so. It must be so, rightly so. Every information need not be fed to the Prime Minister. Therefore, I will not blame Prime Minister or Amit Shah or something. But one thing I am sure that those who are supervising the agencies, the performance of the agencies in Kerala, they are not supervising at all, I must say. Or they are, there is some serious problem because the system is belonging to them. The system is in place and it is working beautifully like a well-oiled machinery. And the nationalists like me are left to fend for ourselves. We just make a hue and cry in the media, and then our voice dies down. It's a very sad state of affairs.
Last one, before we wind up today's show. We don't have any questions thus far, and that's okay. We're not taking any questions. Now it's too late to introduce questions. Mohandas Ji, two things I wanted to ask you. I clarify from you. One subject matter expert told me that Kerala's population is Hindus are 49%, but Hindus only own 17% of the land, and they own only like 16% of all the industry in Kerala. How is that possible, sir? What happened?
It is possible. It's quite possible. See, the population of non-Hindus are on the increase. Only Christians are going down. Other community is going up. And finance also is and was available with them. Therefore, they could purchase land. Once upon a time, till 90s, land was, land was not a commodity in Kerala at all. Anybody can come and buy land. And you will get it at throwaway prices. After 90s, the boom started, the land boom started. Now, since demonetization, it has come down and stabilized now at some reasonable price. Still, it is high. Still, land is valuable, but the transactions are less. So, naturally, the people with wealth will become number one. There is, I don't find anything astonishing in that.
Last question. You told us in one of your previous hangouts that the Kochi harbor itself is not controlled by Indian government but by somebody else. I think you mentioned something like north, west, and
Yes.
east are controlled by one country, and only south is in some partial control. When you say controlled, can even the customs get into these three areas, north, east, and west?
See, you have two ports in Kochi, seaport. One is Rajiv Gandhi Container Terminal, owned by Government of India. The other one is Vallarpadam Container Terminal, Transshipment Terminal, owned by Dubai Ports. In Dubai Ports port, customs is not allowed. They fought against customs like anything. They said that this is a special economic zone. We cannot have customs inspection inside our compound, etc., etc. The ultimate result was that there are few, Ministry of Commerce officers who are posted in special economic zones for various administrative purposes. They were declared to be customs officers also. The duty of customs will be done by Ministry of Company Affairs. This was the joke which was there, and it is still perpetuating. So you don't know what is coming through Vallarpadam and what is going out of Vallarpadam. Sometimes out of the bounds of the compound of the port, it's a huge 110-hectare compound. Outside that, once or twice, local police have intercepted trucks carrying red sandalwood, etc. Department of Revenue once confiscated gold also, which was coming out of the compound. It is a potential security threat, not only to Kerala, but to the whole nation. This nonsense was allowed by UPA government, and it is continuing even today. You know, I went to pillar and post with this complaint saying that this is nonsense. And you know, one gentleman whom I met was 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙥 of everybody, because he was a member of the Rajya Sabha committee of ports. The seaport, you have a committee system in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. And that time, I am talking about 2010, Yechuri was the chairman of port committees in Rajya Sabha. When he came for some party meeting in Kerala, I used my friendship with CPM leaders, my personal one or two friends. I said, I want to meet Yechuri. Arey bhai, kya ho gaya? RSS man want to meet Yechuri. I said, this is the matter. This is utter nonsense. I want to bring it to his notice and give him a just 2-paragraph note, single page note. That's all. They allowed me. And Yechuri was grand enough to take that paper from me. He was about to climb to the stage before starting his speech. That was the point at which I was made to meet him. I told him briefly, this is what is happening, and your committee has favored it. Kindly change your decision. These are the facts. I told him. He said, oh, I'm sorry. Did we really decide like this? I don't remember. Anyway, don't worry. There are thousands of committees. And you know, this is all eyewash. Nobody reads the committee reports. And government goes by policies. I said, I know it very well. I know it very well. Government does not go by recommendations of committees. It is all there. It is there. That's all. Politicians enjoy that committee because they get some standing fees, sitting fees, some cashew, tea, etc., or some flight charges, etc. This is the committee system. I know that. I said, therefore, you must prevail over Manmohan Singh government and get this thing cancelled. He just smiled at me and he called his assistant. Arey bhai, ye kaagaz rakho. Remind me when I come, when we go to Delhi. And he said, okay, thank you, Mohandas. That was. This is the end to which an ordinary man like me traveled. Though I am a staunch RSS man, I never thought it wrong to approach a Communist Party leader if he is at the helm of affairs. Okay, fine. He is the committee chairman. Fine. I cannot change it. So I must approach him and tell him that what you have done is wrong, which I did. But nobody listened to me. And I am a too small a man. People raise their eyebrows. But kya pagal ho gaya? He is going and meeting 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙥 Yechuri. But I did that because I thought it is my duty. And I would request whosoever is viewing this program, whatever little you can do to protect your country, please do it. It could be one SMS, one email, one meeting, one note sent to the concerned secretary or minister. That may, sometimes you don't know, that may be the turning stone in a history. So please do that. Do your duty to the nation. And certain things which are out of your control, don't get, please don't get frustrated over that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mohandas ji. And in conclusion, I just want to tell our viewers, Dubai is what it is today because of India. From 1947, India had this stupid socialist dreams when it was inherently a capitalist country. And because of one man's dreams, the man never really understood what the situation was on the ground. And the man who appointed him didn't understand what the situation on the ground was. You see, India is always having this bad luck of choosing the wrong person to head its country. And today, I'm telling you again, guys, Dubai and then the other UAE countries, they all are thriving because of India's lopsided systems of taxation, of governance. This is what is really giving them the oxygen. How long will this continue? Do you know, I'm telling our viewers that gold is smuggled into Dubai from Africa, and Russia is a number 2 producer of gold. They smuggle gold into Dubai, and from there it comes to India. And of course, it's also going to China. China has a different reason for gold. Its people don't keep gold. It's only India that has this craze for gold. And every family likes to have gold and never sated. They were never satiated. They're never saying, okay, I have enough gold for me for 7 generations. We always like to think of 7 generations. Some of us have gold for 20 generations. It's just nonsense. And this is continuing because of that, this insatiable appetite for gold. Anyway, this is just my 2 cents. Mohandas ji, you revealed a lot of information that perhaps our viewers outside of Kerala, they may not know. You are a very prominent personality in Kerala TV. Of course, they probably don't give you the kind of time that you got to talk today. And thank you, sir. And it's always something new that we learn from this. In fact, in my book, and I'm not pitching my book, I'm just telling some facts here. Whatever Mohandas ji said about a crowd collecting to prevent arrest is described in the book. Everything that has been discussed here was written and described in this book. And this is not something that is new. It's been happening for many years. And unless, clean people are put in the right places, this is not going to change. And at some point, Modi has to crack the whip. Otherwise, this will consume him in the sense that, he himself will become, beholden to others. I think at this point, he's able to act on his own. I'm not criticizing him. I'm just reading what it is and I'm saying it. I'm just saying that, there are challenges and this is something that needs to be done. Especially the ironic thing about this, Mohandas ji, is the known honest people are the ones who are being forcibly retired by the system. So somebody who is doing his job honestly is also under risk, big risk. They wait for him to turn 50 and then they forcibly retire him. I'm hinting about an ED officer who's now become a politician for BJP. Thank you so much, Mohandas ji. And viewers, thank you so much for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please also click on the bell button for notification. And if you think this conversation was useful, remember this, what Mohandas ji started out in the beginning, that Kerala is a border state and so are many other states. Some of these bad habits will slowly creep up into the other states also. You have to cut it, nip it in the bud. That is the concern that we have. Thank you once again, Mohandas ji, and we'll be back again with more such revealing conversations. Namaskar.
Thank you.